Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm back home, and this reason is because we are out of capacity on our servers. It's time to do an upgrade already. So I'm out of space for virtual machines. I need to expand my ability to host services. So we're going to be spinning up another host today. I purchased this server a while ago with the intent of putting it actually at the data center where I co-locate a bunch of servers, but I'm actually in need of more capacity here, so that means we are going to be deploying the server here. I don't know if I have everything I need, but I sure hope I do. Down here, we have the server. It's been sitting on the ground for probably a month or two. I ordered it because I was scared they were gonna go out of stock. And then additionally, we also do have the rack rails that we will need. So we have an extra set of 1U rails that I have ordered for that server as well. And hopefully we also have all the DAT cables we need. Now this is where we're gonna get hit because I'm actually not sure if we have enough DAT cables. Like this one is a 10 gig cable, which will work, but I usually do 2 cables, I think. I'm not sure. Part of the problem as well is, unfortunately, on my Unify aggregation switch, we are out of ports, which is also an issue. So come along for the ride. Let's get the server set up in the matter of 8 hours before I go back to school. Okay, so you guys will see here we are completely fresh out of ports on the aggregation switch. Additionally, I don't want to plug into the router because I don't want to put any extra things kind of connected to the router. These are only 1 gig SFPs. We could do a 10 gig SFP on this switch, but if I connect 10 gig into this, it's not going to be able to, like if I pull one of these connections out of here and connect it to this, it's not going to work out real well. So I'm kind of at a loss for what to do because all of my servers, 1, 2, 3, 4, all have 10 gig ports that are connected to the switch. So I'm thinking actually, now that I'm looking at things, I may just move it to the secondary SFP Plus port on the UDM Pro, because I try to keep everything data center wise not on the UDM Pro, just out of preference, but I think in this case, moving that is gonna be fine. So let's get that moved. All right, I moved it, we're good. We have another free port on the aggregation switch. Now, for full transparency, I absolutely hate this configuration with the aggregation switch because it is not providing us with basically any redundancy whatsoever. The aggregation switch only has 1 power supply, and it's a little flaky sometimes because it's Unify. So what I want to do actually is set up all the servers to have a primary connection to the aggregation switch, but a backup connection over here to this switch, because I trust MikroTik a lot, and I think that having a 1 gig backup to all these servers is probably not a terrible idea. So usually I'm somebody who opens things as soon as I get them, so I'm a little worried about this server because I've not looked at it. It could not be in working condition, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do at this point because it has been 30 days, well, way over 30 days since I've had this. So we are going to all hope that the server works and that everything works out the way I want. All right, so we have a coupon code for Build My Server. We've got some power cords and our server. So that being said, I do remember I do have an R420 down there, another PowerEdge server, but I don't know if I want to use it. I do also have a 2U Dell server, which is an R620 that I could use as well. Sorry, an R720 XD. I really don't want to use this server because I fully intended on matching this to the config of the data center servers, so I really don't want to screw it up. But I think I have to. Need more capacity, gotta get it done. So unfortunately, this server only does have 64 gigs of RAM, which is kind of annoying, but it's got more than the other server that I'm currently using for virtualization, so I think it's gonna do. So I'm now down here in the old server room, and I'm kind of putting everything together. I grabbed a bunch of SSDs. I was able to locate 3 of them. Well, I had 2 of them in a safe. I had 1 that I had recently ordered before I went to college, and then I had 1 more actually that I found by looking on Proxmox, and it was unassigned to any ZFS array, which means it was doing nothing. It was just sitting on the Proxmox host taking power. So I pulled that drive as well. So I have 4 1TB SSDs, and I'm going to basically set these up so that I have, it's going to be, what do they call it, a RAID 10, I think, where I have 2 drives, or 2 sets of drives with 2 drives each that are in a RAID 0. So essentially, we could have 2 drive failures because we could have 1 drive on the top one drive on the bottom one fail, and we'd still have data from the 2 because it's a RAID 0. If I'm thinking of that correctly. It's essentially 2 RAID 1s together, so there's RAID 1, RAID 1, RAID 0 together. So it's pretty redundant, pretty good, and it's really fast is the benefit of that too, because we have the speed of 2 hard drives or 2 SSDs compared to the speed of 1. So that's why I'm doing that. That is what we will be setting up. Unfortunately, I would love to do Ceph here, and I totally could do Ceph pretty easily, but the problem with Ceph is that I have to reconfigure all of my storage, and unfortunately, I don't want to cause that much downtime. So I have literally 4 SSDs on every server. So this would be a perfect candidate for Ceph because it would allow us to essentially combine the storage from 3 servers, each with 4 SSDs, and that would do really well with Ceph, I believe. Now these SSDs do kind of struggle with Ceph sometimes, just because of the nature of these SSDs. They're a little bit older, not as great, but that would be ideal for Ceph because we'd be able to combine that together between all of the drives. All right, so we're waiting for the Proxmox install to complete, but in the meantime, I'm going to go install the rails on the rack because those need to be installed as well. All right, it is now 10:26 p.m. The server is now ready. I was having some issues with the Proxmox 8.1 installer, so I went up to 8.4, which I do realize at this point 9.0 is out, but I did want to stick with the older version as that is what the rest of the cluster is in at this point in time. But I do completely intend on upgrading the cluster soon, but that is something that I can do remotely. So I'm not as concerned about that in terms of getting that done tonight. That'd be a lot to undertake tonight, but eventually it'll happen. So now I'm just going to go and install the server by myself at 10:30 at night. Okay, so at this time, since Proxmox is now installed, I do want to run the Proxmox PVE helper script to kind of facilitate the rest of the install. For those of you who don't know, this script essentially goes through and remaps a bunch of things, gets rid of the subscription prompt, gets rid of the enterprise repositories, kind of makes it a lot more friendly for people who are using the free version of Proxmox. So with that being said, I do want to run that on the server. That way I can kind of get everything back to a nice default state the way that I like it. And then additionally, I do want to also run the network chuck instructions on how to get rid of the local LVM. And I'm actually going to do that first, and then I'll do the helper scripts. And then the server should be pretty much ready to go once we get past that stuff. Okay, sorry about my flashlight, but we are now good. You can see we have deleted the LVM partition, and we have increased the root partition. It is now the next morning, and I'm pleased to report the host is online, which leaves the last thing for us to do is we just need to configure the ZFS array, which is really easy, and I'll walk you through the process to do that right now. So essentially, you gotta log in to Proxmox, obviously, but then you just need to go to ZFS, create ZFS, give it a name. I'm only seeing 3 SSDs, so that's kind of annoying. So I will fix that problem, but then you just select RAID 10 and you're done. It's really easy. So I actually see why it is one of the disks is showing up as a Ceph disk, so we just need to erase the disk. Yeah, we'll erase that disk, get it in the ZFS pool, we'll be good to go. All right, so that finishes up our deployment of this server. It is working phenomenally. Everything is working well. The storage is fast, the networking is fast, everything looks good. So if you guys are looking for virtual machine hosting, VPS hosting, check out the link in the description, check out Beam Networks Cloud, sign up, try it out, try it for a month. If you don't like it, that's fine. But yeah, really great service. So I'm excited to get more users now that I have the capacity. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I will see you all in the next video.